Hello, peeps, and welcome back to another TNO Last Days of Europe episode. From where we last left off, I'm now going to keep on continuing to make sure I get into the political focus trees and still support Free Indonesia, which is still raging on. And also the Italo-German Great Game is already booming in certain areas, such as France, because I need France to get on their side. Well, more likely I need France on my side. And I see Vietnam is now independent. Military capability. Oh, applicability. My bad. And also, I'm doing very well against the German conglomerates in the regions. I already now just liberated half of Poland. The cartels will soon meet their ends soon. And Free Indonesia is holding strong. They already got like the island of Sumatra. So that's good news. Let me boost more state stability so I can invest in Poland and Ukraine. No, actually in the Caucasus I'm going to be investing in actually. How can Ukraine be on low supply already? That makes sense. No more cartel in Ukraine. All of Caucasus and Ukraine are now cleared. As well for the Baltic states. And well, I'm almost there. We have several areas to liberate left. Belarus, this area of Poland, and North Germany, and yeah, that's it. NETSRAM comes to life. A great day for Germany. The future is now. The past is past. And the last place? North Germany. All the four conglomerates of the German Reich are now waning to vulnerable. Seems like sooner or later they might have to divide themselves up. Oh, I need to research on new R&D stuff. Hold on, let me
There we go.
Now, let's see here. Now we're going to be deploying satellites. quarterly budget update. This will fail if our regime collapses. I don't like the sound of that. Let's see. Oh boy. The Central Siberian Federation draws closer to America? Will they spend dollars in Novosibirsk? Hmm. All things in union. I'm actually gonna do like a bit of... Hang on again. I'm actually gonna do a bit of, There we go. Now I can be able to dismantle the conglomerates. Dismantle Daimler-Benz. Bringing down Goliath. That night, no shots were fired. Dismantle Siemens. Yep. Siemens conglomerate dismantled. A bittersweet moment. They carried with them the lingering scent of blood. Dismantle Reichswerke and IG Farben. 3 out of 4 companies now dismantled. IG Farben dismantled. I knew he was plotting something. Reichswerke dismantled. Another conglomerate ended. Now Daimler-Benz is vulnerable. Dismantle Daimler-Benz. Daimler-Benz now dismantled. Look at how he ran. All the 4 company conglomerates of the German Reich are now gone for good. Still gotta focus on the Pacific War though. I wonder how long the Pacific War is gonna be going for. It shouldn't be that long, would it? And I know that some countries the end date ends at like around the mid to late 60s, while some end at like around, I think the base games say they end around the 1980s. Since they took off the 72-year updated starting date. I don't know why, but it just occurred to me. Charge reactionaries with treason. Not a chance. Gotta make sure regime stability is still up. Investment in Ukraine and Ostland. A game of war. I'm gonna do now all I have left is this part of the focus tree. Are not the sins of the son in the mistakes of the past. So I have to focus just on those 2. Now with the lighter. Let's see here. at the stroke of a pen for the good of the Reich. It says here, fate of the East. Now that the Reich's grip is recovering from the perils of the Civil War, our leader has decided to establish loyal collaboration regimes in its peaceful conquest. They will be our loyal puppets. I'll think about that. And we'll see how that goes. Divide Ulslan into a free Baltic state and a free Belarusian state. Well, %75 regime stability. A collaboration regime will be set up in Ukraine, and the Germans of southern Ukraine will be granted autonomy. Maybe I'll set up a loyal republic in Poland. That'll be sweet. Let's see how that goes. From the leader Stanislaw Wacholak. Authoritarian democracy. We shall divide Ostland up. France sides now with Germany, finally. In the land of wine and strife. The French have suffered much in the last years, partially at the hands of the Reichs nonetheless. Convincing them to join our pact once again is going to be difficult. In the land of wine and strife. Getting France back will be worth the effort. What's this? Okay, this is awkward. Let me fix something for a minute. Sorry for the minor inconvenience, but I had to fix the ugly borders that were held. Well, finally, at least now I can just reorganize the Ukraine again. I still need to get to 75% stability so I can choose either one of these. Alright. Over the moon. Au revoir. Pierre Poujade. we will neither Miss Burgundy and Mr. Other Guy. Finally, to establish the Caucasus Federation. Mm-hmm. There it is. Now you can basically see that I was able to actually extend much of my reach. Fair enough. Let me do another border change. And there we go. I just wanted to give the Caucasus Federation an internal enlargement, as well the Ukraine National Republic. Hang on, let me just do one more change. Okay, now there we go. Now we can get things rolling. Iberia's economic crash. They were beaten while on the floor. Oh boy, that's not good. The state of our regime is fairly good. Mm-hmm. The Eingens Pact is growing strong. What's this little part of Belarus doing here? Alright, there we go. Sorry for again the mix-up, I had to change back some borders. The fate of the Accord. The Wehrmacht needs to exercise. You have our backing. Alright. Now, you know, I haven't been able to actually liberate the ship. Fall Rollo. Here we go. Fall Rollo must be finished within 120 days. Give Greater German Reich der Deutschen Nation military access. Alright. First, let me return some territory and release Bohemia, Moravia as a puppet. There we go. It's a fascist puppet, but I wonder how this time if I just, you know, leave it as is. Let Fall Rollo succeed but also partly fail. Mm-hmm. France now officially joins the Eingens Pact. Woohoo! Now it's time for the Serbian Great Game. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy doing this. You know, I should also get other countries in the pack too. Possibly like Finland, or even Greece, since they're neutral. In fact, I'm gonna try that right now. And there we go! With the cheat I just did, I was able to get Finland and Sweden in the pack. The Eingens Pact grows every day. Or shall I say, the Zollverein Pact. Keep on supporting the free Indonesians. They're really hampering it to the despotism of Suharto. I mean Sukarno. Seems like Asia is one step would be also an additional step closer to becoming free again from the Japanese. Now, I know between later on after I finish all these events, nothing much really happens. Let me do one more additional thing here. And now, two giants together again in the world. We must agree to the Nuclear Reductions Treaty, or agree to the Slave Rights Treaty. This is a big change for Germany. I can just feel it. Distancing from Mr. Mustache Man. The Reich's image really does need a makeover. Alright, Free Indonesia has now won against... I do not rely on luck. Free Indonesia has defeated Indonesia in the war. Hatta has prevailed. A diplomatic crisis will begin. American and slaves go together like biscuits and gravy. We will, of course, guarantee the rights of our involuntary workers. I would agree to that. The Toronto Accords. He's not going anywhere till we have the photos. I'm basically pushing it. Surely Germany will now be a paragon of morality. The Accords are signed. The American seizes the photos. Tresckow demands. Fine, have your wish. Land of the free. Trescow's demands. I will not take back my word. Like, why would you take back your word when you already just agreed to something that you were gonna do anyway? Makes no sense. Tresckow demands lower draft. Onto a bright future. A brighter one. Land of the free, home of the brave. The Toronto Accords end to a new era. A house divided itself cannot stand. As expected, Reichsminister Schmidt visited the Lincoln Memorial and photographed proudly shaking hands with reform-aligned liberals of the American political sphere. While his views on the current policies undertaken by his government is known to everyone, turning the international stage into a megaphone for his personal ideals will surely have consequences. Still, no one can deny that this has further pleased the government of the United States, as its people now see Germany as a place striving to grant freedom to everyone. However, it remains to see whether such hopes in Germany will become a reality. True words were never said. Since Free Indonesia already won, I don't need to, support them anymore, partly. And we come to the final focus tree, a picture-perfect future. At the end of the Civil War, the Reich was the laughingstock of the world, a textbook case of what happens to an empire built upon war and exploitation of weak and isolationism. Now this has changed, and our country is at the forefront of international cooperation. The embargo which has strangled our economy is no more, and we enter the world stage with our heads held high again. Thanks to Schmidt's work, and despite his sometimes extreme views, our economy can finally flourish as our ports fill with ships from foreign lands and our industries sell their goods to the entire world. This is a new gross or greater Germany, which as yet is now a prosperous land filled with opportunities. A country respected inside and outside by all. An empire built upon which the sun of national blank, I'm not going to say it, shall never set. An isle ablaze once more. Oh, that's just great. Now I have to watch back. Hold on. England has just defeated Wales, another country fallen to the prospective British Empire. Now it changed its name to the Kingdom of England and Wales. Basically, just to reiterate, the Zollverein is a prosperous alliance, and the four German conglomerate companies have now been dealt with. Future perfect. And I would have to say, well, I still have yet to do this. And now finally we reach Made in Germany. I always knew we'd succeed. Only a cynic or one who does not understand economics would ever have objected to measures undertaken by my ministry, and the objections there were from the party. The Iberian Divorce. It wasn't meant to be. Seems now that Spain and Portugal just broke up and became their own nations again. There is a gang that must be tended to, traced by its leader. Strongly reformist? Oh no, the regime collapse is imminent. Alright, there we go. 38%. And I have to say, I guess that's it for about a time for the late 1960s. So, I guess this is sort of like a semi-finale episode, mainly because, well, it didn't... I know I have to wait till 1972 to get the slave revolt, but that's going to take a long time. So I might call this like a more semi-finale for now. So I guess that was TNO the way how I see it. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe. Share with friends and family. And I'll see you next time.